Let me check my done.
Mm.
All right, there we go. So we are streaming. We are officially starting the podcast. Hooray, hooray.
Let me add a couple things to the show notes, and then I'll clap us up. Because I got to start recording on my end, too.
Sounds good. Well, technically, you can just record when you're ready. You don't have to clap it in, if you think about it.
Well, yeah, so what I do is I start recording and then clap,
Mm-hmm.
and then I know when to sync the audio when I edit. Because I only take the audio file separately first, and then I add the video
Oh,
file. Yeah, it's like a thing. It's just
that's
makes the
that's smart.
processing a little smoother.
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty smart.
I've learned some things in my
Your
old
years.
age. Yeah.
By
I've
the
just
way,
had to like save my computer from processing and exploding.
this is what I'll be snacking on. It's called s'mores cereal.
Small.
I was
Nice.
actually hungry, so I was like, what can I eat that's in my house that's like quick? Oh, cereal, I guess.
What were you last week? You were an anonymous turtle, right?
Mm-hmm. What am I this week?
You're an anonymous jackal.
Hey.
You're changing stripes on me.
Jackals are
Okay.
pretty cool.
Jackals are pretty cool, but they are sneaky little things.
True, true. So,
All right.
let's see
So,
here.
I think we're good. Are you ready? Like Lucky Chloe?
Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
No.
Got it. Now that's gonna be stuck in my head for a bit.
Oh wait, I want to add this for you on what's going on. Got a new mic.
Hell yeah, we got a new mic over here. Sounds
Pause.
sounds good. Doesn't sound like I'm swimming in water. I've noticed
No,
that.
it does sound good.
I noticed that in a few of the podcasts. I was like, huh, my voice sounds odd. Sounds like it's
Well,
dying.
that's Discord, to be honest. Discord on so I guarantee you I don't sound nearly as good as what this mic is capable of on your end, just because Discord distorts the audio. So
Fair. Fair enough.
it is what it be. All right. We shall clap it up. And then I'll do your intro. Maybe I'm alive.
Maybe I'm alive. I like that.
Did you see what Zio said? He's like, well, technically it works because now he can say maybe I'm a Leo main.
Can't do it.
All right, so that works. But I don't like that it. Wonder if I highlight
I had a
here.
feeling podcast corrections was gonna be about the One Piece thing. So what
Yes.
I've already told everybody in the podcast discussion. I said when I go to school, I will watch One Piece. All right.
Hey, you're gonna have to tell them on the podcast. So you're gonna have to explain yourself to these weebs
I
because they
might
caught
have
you.
to. I might have to.
They caught you. It's okay. I mean, they caught me too. I mean, Jam is my personal vocal editor because every time I mispronounce anything or misspeak, he'd be like, "Hey, Max says this." I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll add that to the podcast correction because I can do it." I wonder if I highlight OBS while this is open, will this still? Oops.
Dun, dun.
Will this still work? No, it doesn't. So I have to do this and then do that. But, oh, you know what? I think I know what to do. Put the notes on this screen, OBS on this screen, then this is open. Why does it not work?
The world may never know.
That's so weird. So it'll only work when it's on.
Can't do it.
Yeah, so if I do this, yeah, it won't work. But if I have it like this,
Can't do it.
yeah, so it's like I have to. Huh. It's like I have to type inside the Word doc. Like, so I have it, the way I have it working is I have it mapped to the one of the keys. So like the can't do it is on numpad 0 and your intro is at numpad 1. So it like requires me to type.
Can't do it.
And then whatever. I'll just delete them afterwards, I guess. Oh well. That's what we'll do.
Dude, so did you hear about the news about how there are people that scalped codes? There's a
No,
guy who scalped
talk about that. Talk about that on the podcast because I'm actually relying on you to give me all of the juicy information about Street Fighter 6 beta.
Twitter is ablaze.
Yeah. So that was going to be one of my questions too. It's like the salt. We'll talk about it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
That was
Oh yeah, you still can't hear my clap. Shit.
It's fine.
Forgot that.
I don't mind, honestly.
Yeah, but I would like for you to hear it. I don't. This mic is. Alrighty, here we are. A special. I guess I said that last time. If I use the word special too many times on a podcast, it's not really a special podcast. But I'll say this one. Also a special Ride to Orbis.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So this is episode 7, Ride to Orbis, a gaming podcast. We are back. My name is Max Spicer. I am 1/3 of the host of this podcast. The other third is currently MIA. Not MIA. We know where he's at. He's safe and sound. He will return eventually, a.k.a. Pringle the 1.
Pringle the 2 is
But
here currently.
Pringle the 2 is here. You are known by many names. Pringle the 2, the main reserve. Trying to think of who was really good off the bench. But anyway, Mr. Broken Wing himself.
Maybe I'm a lion.
What's up, Broken?
That's a good extra title I'd never had. The best off the bench.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who was really good off the bench as like a 6th man. And man, I cannot think of it. But I've been so far removed from basketball that I'm thinking like old school Pistons, Vinnie Johnson. Like that's who. I don't know why that's coming to my brain. There, I'm sure there's many better 6 man. I mean, Ben Gordon back with the Bulls. Anyway, we're not a sports podcast. We are a gaming.
Please, let's not be a sports podcast unless you want to do this funny podcast where you are all the sports guy and you're trying to explain sports to me. That might work. That might work, honestly.
I would love to have like a segment. You know how we have, at least we should start. We have not, but we're gonna start the word of the day segment. Yes. I want to start a segment talking about a nuance play or strategy in a certain sport and try to explain it to both you and Pringle because I don't think neither of you are really sports fans. So I would love to talk about like football or basketball or something like that and just that
would actually work really well. I think there's a certain YouTuber named Markiplier who has a podcast called Go Team Sports, where all it is Markiplier has no idea what sports are, but his friend, he knows everything about sports. So the whole podcast is him being explained what sports are or how rules of sports are. So I think that would actually be a cool little segment.
Yeah, I would love. I mean, that's where my clip of "Can't Do It" comes from. You know, Coach Singletary. I love that guy. He's sick. So yeah, that's where I get all my clips. And
fair enough.
I'll add that in epised 8 maybe.
I need you to also add in the clip of what's his
today name? Has been a really Stephen A. Smith. Yeah.
I need Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, I think that'll be Pringle's clip once he comes back. Yeah. But here we are. We're talking about sports when we're a gaming podcast, but it's all good because this is Ride to Orbis. It's an airship, and you know it takes us where the wind goes. Broken, appreciate you joining me again on this lovely. Hey, we're on time. Thursday night. No more of this Friday shenanigans.
Well, you say
Thursday night.
You say we're on time, but as you know.
Well, I meant like the day. We're not on time with the time that we usually record. By the way, I asked you to become pro streamer.
Yes.
For the podcast. So I guess for everybody who has not been clued in on this stuff. So when we record the podcast, we actually go live. We used to on my main YouTube channel, the Max Splicer channel, and we used to record and go live on Thursdays. But then I would do my post editing and do all the thumbnail and all the the stuff that the YouTubers do. And yeah, I used to put the podcast on Monday, but now I'm going to change the way I do my recording / streaming. So Broken has taken pro streaming duties. By the way, I think I can hear an echo whenever I talk. So maybe, I don't know if that's on my end or your end, but I can sort of hear myself.
I have echo cancellation off, but maybe that's...
That could be me. Anyway. Anyway, thank you for being pro streamer.
No worries.
For the audience.
No worries.
Yeah. We got some housekeeping. And honestly, for as late as we started, I think this will be a pretty short podcast because we really don't have too much to talk about because we're just getting into the mix of things with all the betas and all everything that's coming up. So we're early on this stuff. Next week will probably be better.
For fighting games all this month.
Yeah. Yeah. Next week, I think we'll have plenty to talk about. But this week is pretty light. That's why I thought we were going to do something else. But you know what? We will save it for a rainy day. As far as housekeeping, RTO versus CNC is happening this Saturday. Now, by the time people listen to this on Monday, it's already happened. So you can check the archive, see who won, what were the matches, and all that stuff. So yeah, it'll be really cool. Ride to Orbis is a podcast. Coffee and Combos is a podcast this weekend. So yeah, check out both of them. I don't know who's going to do commentary with you, Broken. I asked the Coffee and Combos Discord, and they said they might be able to find the person just so you can have, like, it'd be cool to have a guy on the Coffee and Combo side talking about, like, oh, this is whatever, Sodium Rising. Well, he's actually not playing, but this is Merc, and he plays Lay or whatever. And you can say, it's like, well, this is whoever. And yeah, and, and no, he's not. And then you can just, talk about both sides of, who Lumiere is as well. He plays Blaze Blue as well. So he'll be in. So yeah, we can have, one commentary from RTO, one commentary from CNC. Should be good. So today I sent out all the confirmations, the final confirmations. It looks like we will make our 8 versus 8 quota. So yeah, should be fun. So yeah, if you're listening to this now on a Monday, check out the archive because that'll be streamed on the Max Splicer YouTube channel. Should be fun. I'm excited. Speaking of Discords, we have one. You can join it on the YouTube's description and pin comment normally. Shoutouts to Patreon. Shoutouts to everybody, by the way, last week who pitched in on the mailbag episode. That was great. They came through. We had some interesting discourse about why we don't like Nintendo and how much we love rhythm games and a bunch of fighting game stuff as well. So good stuff.
If you think
that's
about
all.
If you think about it, fighting games are technically a rhythm game.
Yeah, it's a dance between you and your opponent.
It's a dance. It's a rhythm game, but in multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's a dance with the AI, and they cheat. They step on your toes.
They read your inputs, and they're like, "Oh, he's gonna do a DP. What a wonderful time."
Man. Yeah. So that'll be coming up again once we get more mail, which we already actually have gotten some more questions and topics. I'm just going to wait on them to talk on the next mailbag episode. Hopefully, Pringle will join us on that one.
Yep.
Things to note before we're here. Speaking of Pringle is not here. Well, he is in spirit, but he's not here physically. And even though he's not here, that fool listened to every single episode we recorded up to this point, which is hilarious. Plus the TMP I did with Pants, so he's all caught up. So he knows what had happened, and that fool is he's funny. I was like, Pringle, how can you listen? Because we recorded 6 episodes of RTO, and I recorded that one TMP, so that's 7 podcasts. I was like, how can you listen to 7 podcasts like back to back? I can do like 2 maybe, and like I'm all right. Let me do something else. But he listened to all of them. So
you see, honestly, with me, I think I can understand why he did it, because like when I'm playing a video game I have to have something in the background. So like maybe that's why he's just like, oh, I'm playing games at home. Well, I might as well listen to a podcast. Oh, I'll just listen to the team.
Yeah.
I'll just listen to the Ride to Orbis podcast.
Yeah. Right to Orbius, as you like to call it. By the way, still no nickname.
Time.
Orbin time. It's Orbin time. Still no nickname.
Honestly,
So I think Degen Rangers is sticking, right?
Yeah, I think the Degen Rangers is sticking with the what the fuck Rangers coming.
All right.
God, I love that picture. That picture is amazing.
It is pretty good. So yeah, shout outs to Pringle, and of course your favorite segment, Broken Podcast Corrections.
AKA shout outs to all the people hating on us.
Yes. Shout outs to Jim. He likes to really nitpick at what I say. But anyway, podcast corrections. So we technically soft banned One Piece last week during the podcast because these nerds kept going on and on about the good old OP in the podcast discussion channel. Now, we talked about that last week. Broken, you mispronounced the word hockey, saying hakai instead of ha-ki. And apparently, according to these guys in our Discord, your weep card is in danger of being revoked because that was
My weep card is being revoked for One Piece. Ooh.
Your Degen card is very much safe with pokey feet still behind your wall. So it's
trust me,
it's good.
Oh, by the way, look, I have a curtain now. So now
very nice.
Now we could be dark.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll no longer see those police officers chasing hooligans outside your window.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it would be pretty funny where I'd all of a sudden just see the cops just going 90 outside the window.
I don't know how many times that has happened. I'm just like, I gotta pretend that everything's fine.
Yeah. So, but hey, I like the curtain right next to the pokey feet. She's got some company, so it's good.
Sure does.
So as far as your mispronunciation, that was pretty bad. So you'll have to take that L. But you know what? You're not alone, because I have joined you in taking the L's. I also had a moment when I called throwing stars shooting stars, back when we had our samurais, ninjas, and pirates discussion on episode 5. So we got to correct our podcast corrections by not misspeaking.
Of course.
We'll do better. Archipelago. I'm already doing better. So, yeah. By the way,
yes,
I'm wearing a special hat on this podcast.
I've noticed. It's a really special hat. It's really good looking.
Yes. It actually came out much better than I anticipated. So I bought over my left shoulder, there are a couple of hats, and those are going to be sent out to yourself as well as Pringle the One. And I've tried to do hats back when we did FGC Hollywood, and one came out okay. They're kind of expensive to make, but like the other two that I made were, terrible quality. So I ended up tossing them. These, I actually didn't spend that much money making these hats. Now they're printed; they're not embroiled. So that's the only thing. Is like they're not very fancy, but the RTO logo is on there. So just for people listening to the podcast, the hat is just a white baseball cap with a sort of black and white version of the RTO logo. So I'll send you guys those hats this weekend. Mm-hmm. Pringle was saying, hey, the post office doesn't open on the weekend. And I was like, what do you mean? Of course it's open on the weekend. That's the one thing the Midwest has going for it, is that this Midwest sucks, but at least we get the USPS on Saturday. So
Midwest does suck.
It's terrible. But yeah, I'll get these hats shipped out this Saturday, so you guys will have something to wear. Mm-hmm. Although it's winter now, so yeah.
Honestly, I'm still gonna wear it every episode. I'm just gonna have the hat on.
There you go. Hat buddies. So yeah, that'll be coming out to you guys soon. TM.
I love how you say it's winter. I have yet to feel winter. I still have.
I guess it's not winter yet, right? It's fall still.
It's still 90 degrees outside. Like
that's true.
Why is it that way?
We've had it cold in the mornings and then it gets hot throughout the day.
That's how it is. It's cold in the morning. It's cold at night, in the afternoon, it's blaringly hot.
That sun. I drive east to work every day, so that sun is straight in my eye as I'm driving, and I'm just looking at the sun, hating my day.
That's how it is for me at work. So I don't have at my parking lot doesn't have one of those nice little shade things.
Mhm.
So I go into my car, it's burning hot in there, and then when I go to work, because there's no shade at the work parking lot, I just go even at night where it's nice and cool. I'll go into my car and it's still warm. I'll have to
Brutal.
It's brutal.
Good old Texas. What's going on? What are we playing?
Well,
I got a couple things going on, but Broken, please tell me.
what am I playing?
Your mic. It's new, which by the way, I think your mic might be the source of our echo, but we might change that during break. We'll see what happens.
Sure.
But talk to me about your mic. Why'd you get a new mic?
So I got a new mic because I've been noticing from a few of my friends that my mic was sounding bad. So they were like, "Hey, your mic sounds bad. Your mic sounds bad." And I was like, "Okay.
They bullied you into buying a new mic.
I mean, to be fair, that's what my brother's friends did. They bullied him into getting me to buy him a new mic. So
Man, bullying works.
it does work.
Bring it back in schools.
Okay, let's
Okay.
hold on.
Let's slow down.
Certain bullying works. Let's calm down. Certain
Yeah.
had the preface certain.
Hmm.
Although,
Now it's all cyberbullying. It's not really like.
If you really want to bully, you should bully corporations. They're not your friends.
No. You should bully corporations. And you
Always
should
bully.
steal from Walmart. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
They have
Do not
cameras.
do that.
They have cameras.
Hey, speaking of Walmart, I got a quick story here. I had to go to court yesterday. By the way, I've had a rough week, my friend. Like it's been NGBAD. Like it's not been good.
I've been on Discord. I've noticed you've just been having a bad week.
It's been rough. Work has been rough. Hopefully it gets better. But I had to go to court yesterday, but the truck broke down at work and I was stranded on the side of the highway until the tow driver showed up, and it was rush hour in downtown St. Louis, and I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. I had to go to court because I got a traffic ticket, and the lovely county of St. Louis does not allow you, apparently, to pay traffic tickets online. You have to appear at court. And I was like, well, whatever, I'm just going to pay this thing. So it starts at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. And
6 p.m. What the hell?
yeah, dude, that's when the court starts. So I was like, God damn. So anyway, I don't get to court until 6:30 because I got stranded on the highway. Finally, after I, dropped the truck off with the tow truck driver over at my employer's place, and then went to get my car, and then drove to court. It was a whole thing. I show up at 6:30. The courtroom is packed. I'm talking hella people. I guess they only have court during certain times. So it's like they have court dates that's the same day for everybody. So I was like, oh, Jesus. So how it works, I don't know if you've ever been to court. How it works is that everybody's sitting in court. Think of Judge Judy, right? Everybody just sitting there. But instead of like you have two people talking to the judge, it's just a single podium in the middle of the courthouse, or the courtroom rather. And then the judge is in front of you, and he has his little secretary right next to him, and then the accountant who does the billing and all that. So every single one has to go up to the podium, and he calls you by name depending on the order which you came in. So here's the thing: I showed up at 6:30, so I'm going to be the last person there because they already start registering at like 5. So I'm just drying out there, and this is after a long days of work, and I have one count of speeding. So I was going, whatever. I was going 24 and a 15. Wasn't that big a deal. But you can't speed in a 15 because that's, whatever. It's bad. But 24, I was only going 9 over. Anyway, so I had one count, and I had to listen to every single person go in front of me. And you know how many people in that courtroom were there for shoplifting at Walmart, which, by the way, is right next door to the courtroom? It's like, so if anybody's interested, the fine for first offenders shoplifting at Walmart in St. Louis County is $125. And you're banned from Walmart. So that is the sense. So play your cards smartly, or what's the saying? Play your cards correctly. Is that I don't know. Wisely. Yeah, play your cards wisely.
There we go. Yeah.
If you're going to shoplift at Walmart, because that $125. Now you know what? A lot of people pled guilty and they just took the fine. Some of them were like not guilty, and they're like, okay, do you want a lawyer or do you want a court date? Some people took a lawyer, so they get like a month extension, and some people took a court date, which they just show up and then defend themselves in court. So there's a hearing, which I don't know what I would like. Do you get your fine reduced or whatever? I've never been to court. I've paid fines before, like parking tickets or whatever. So anyway, hella shoplifting. A couple people. No violent crimes. It was just all like little petty stuff, like parking tickets or no proof of insurance. Basically. I don't even think they're misdemeanors, really. I think they're just little tiny stuff, like you got pulled over by the cops for going over, or you didn't have insurance, or your car was tinted, or whatever. But anyway, it was a whole just circus in there, and I didn't leave until like 8:00. So.
Honestly, now you should have like said something whenever people got accused for tinting. Be like, "Have you been outside? Have you been outside?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense that their windows are tinted.
Yeah. So that was my Wednesday night. Actually, my whole Wednesday day was terrible, and the night was awful too. So that actually brings me to the second part. No River City Girls playthrough, because I was way too late coming back. River City Girls won our review discussion poll. We're supposed to play that on Wednesday. But yeah, I had a terrible Wednesday, so I missed that. So we'll play it next Wednesday.
Yep.
We'll start that, and then the review discussion will follow, hopefully, after we beat that game. But the two other games I've been playing
By the way,
are...
Can I clap you up?
For what?
You finished it.
Oh, are you talking about the Swan?
Yes.
Finally. The unfinished Swan has been finished. Man, that wasn't... listen, I like walking sims because I like narrative-driven games. That one wasn't great. And I heard a lot of people say good things about this in, like, the niche, boring genre that I like. The people like similar games like this. They're like, oh, this is really good. Like, this is a good walking sim, narrative-driven game. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Like, it was all right. Like, it wasn't anything special. I didn't really particularly like the gameplay of having to, like, throw water balloons at fucking everything. It was like, it was annoying. And the story wasn't all that good. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't good. But anyway, I beat it.
It's Splatoon
I beat
before Splatoon was Splatoon.
Pretty much, yeah. There were a couple spots in the game where I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is neat. Some of the puzzles were cool, but overall, not the best walking sim I've played. And I've played a bunch of them. So definitely, if you want to play a good walking sim, if you want to laugh, Stanley Parable. If you want a good story, Vanishing of Ethan Carter is not bad. Don't play Everybody Gone to the Rapture, because that one's kind of whack. But The Beginner's Guide is really good. There's a bunch of really good ones. Gone Home. Anyway, unfinished one. It's finished, but I wouldn't play it again. Death's Door. That's my stream game. I've been really enjoying that. Death's Door is sick. Playing that on stream, super fun. And then going to start Danganronpa V3 on my personal time. I can't stream that game because people will spoil the shit out of me. So.
Yep. I will say this though. I was thinking that it's funny. I was thinking, what would be funny is when he says "Gone Home," I say, "Not the."
Right. Yeah.
Not the reason why Resident Evil exists.
No, that would be Sweet Home from like 1982 or whatever year that came out. Yeah, don't play.
Confuse it.
Yeah, don't confuse those two. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Potion Permit. It's pretty fun.
You talked about it last week.
Yeah, I picked it up and I started playing it. I'm annoyed by a few things in the game. So for one, it's a time-based game, so every 10 minutes is basically like a few seconds.
Oh, real time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And also sometimes, like, in order to build a relationship with somebody, like a lot of people's relationships are easy. It's just, oh, okay. Once you like unlock a certain like relationship meter, you go and you do an event, right? And then that's it. So that's easy. Some people, it's difficult as hell because what it is, oh hey, you got to go unlock an area, which means you got to collect a shit ton of rocks and wood and money, and then oh wait, like there's one chick, I forget what her name is, but
Maria.
no, it's not Maria.
Oh shit.
It's Hannah. There it is, Hannah.
Hey, I was close. Come on, that's a farming simulator white girl name.
Maria? That's a
Yeah.
Hispanic girl's name in a farm.
Maybe it's universal because it's biblical, so maybe it's just a universal name, right?
True. Anyways, so this chick named Hannah. So like, there's 3 levels per I forget what it is. It's I don't know who you are. I know who you are. You're really good friends with me, right?
Relationship builder.
Yeah. So to get to Hannah's like third final hit, you have to do this mission. Well, this mission requires you to get to the final area of the game. But I got to her requisite like while I unlocked the second area of the game. So
Nice.
now I had to like.
You've been talking it up with Hannah. You would.
Yeah, no. So Hannah's undateable. There's like certain characters that are dateable. They have 4, and apparently, in order to get that 4th one, you have to get this thing called like a. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a certain gift that I have no idea how to unlock, and I'm not looking up a guide on how to do it.
A silver wolf's heart.
Good Lord.
Here you go, Hannah.
Now,
if Hannah was if she was a waifu, would she the best waifu?
No, not really. Because
no,
I mean she's pretty, but like the reason why I wouldn't say she's the best waifu is because she's one of those women in the. This game has so many women that are like, my master is really cool, and I feel like I'm not good enough for my master.
Oh, that's like, a terrible archetype.
And then you see the master's like, there's 2 types of master. One of them is, actually, you're really good. You just seem to think that you're under my shadow, when actually I'm under your shadow as well. Or the other master's like, I wish you just listen, because I'm actually really good at giving advice. But you're just an asshole.
Damn. I'm more of like...
Honestly, the good waifu that I wish was dateable, but isn't dateable, is the blacksmith's daughter. Because the mom is...
Ooh.
Yeah, the blacksmith's mom is cool, but the blacksmith's daughter... I wish she was dateable. I'd have put like her on the spotlight, but whatever. We got the barmaid and the mayor's daughter.
Ah, man, those aren't, man. See, I like the spicy ones. I like them with a little spunk.
Yeah. Oh, like, also there's the pirate lady, but the pirate lady seems kind of weird.
Damn. Rip. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Is there a dog?
Yes,
do you have a dog?
You cannot customize the dog, but you get a dog. You have to feed it every day. And the great thing about the dog is that he will actually, like, if you're like, oh god, I need to find somebody for their mission, he could literally just guide you to where that person is.
Sick.
There's that.
Man's best friend.
There is a fishing mini game that's actually pretty good.
Oh man, Pringle woke up somewhere.
Fishing? Yeah. Yeah, there's that. And then also, the only thing I actually really do not like is that whenever like people are sick, you basically have 0 access to them. Because so like
bedridden?
They're bedridden, and then once you cure them, they're bedridden until the next day. And
damn.
So what happens is that if you have a mission that requires you to talk to them, you have to wait until the next day to talk to them.
Oh man, social distancing in game.
I will say another thing. I guess one other tiny thing I hate is the fact that like a lot of missions will require you to get a certain item in the wild, and like some of these items are super rare, so like only 1 or 2 of them spawn per day. So that means you're gonna have to spend multiple days just going out to grind to go get this item, which sucks.
Yep. That's how they get you. That's how they get their replayability stats. Oh my god! Put that on podcast corrections next week. Replayability stats is you keep playing the game every day. They'll be like, hey, look at all our concurrent players every day. We have 3,000 players just for like a second while that item spawns, and then they go do something else.
Yeah, but there's that. I will say it just kind of sucks that like there is no like mini timer in the game that tells you, hey, you should probably go to bed. So like at 2 o'clock, if you don't go to bed in the morning, you just pass out, and then you wake up at 12.
Damn.
And afternoon. But if you go to bed anytime before 2 o'clock, you wake up at 6 in the morning, which is before anybody wakes up, which is fine because then that means you have like maybe a few minutes to go, or an hour or two to go and just chop down wood, get some rocks, then go to the store.
Go fish.
Yeah, go fish or shop, and then you can shop. So you can do that. But oh boy.
It definitely sounded, when you described it last week, I was like, oh, this is a broken game. This is like, not broken as in the game's broken, but this is like your type of game. So I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm having a blast with it. Overwatch 2 is a game.
By the way, is it just called, so I saw you on Discord and it says Broken Wing playing Overwatch. Is it just called Overwatch?
It's called Overwatch 2, but the icon is Overwatch.
Is it the same client?
Yes. It is the same client.
So Overwatch 1 is free now?
Overwatch 2 is free. There is no Overwatch 1. There is no Overwatch.
Is that why everybody was so sad?
Well, one of the reasons why is because account merging deletes a lot of your... So what account merging does is that it says, hey, this is your account, this is also your account, we're merging them together. But a lot of the things is that like some people had certain cosmetics on one that you cannot get on the other, and now all that progress, all that gameplay, all that stuff deleted. Also,
damn, Blizzard.
Another thing that people are upset about is the fact that it is almost impossible to get into the game because there's so many people that want to play the game. So
yep,
there's that.
Every big game goes to that stage. Remember, wasn't it like 3 weeks where people couldn't play GTA Online? Like,
yeah,
couldn't play it.
I mean, for me, when I was playing Endwalker when it first came out, that was me 4 hours of waiting just to play the game. Yeah. I was like, okay.
It's all those bunny girls trying to get in there.
You laugh, but them bunny girls, they are the reason Twitter is still around, okay?
I've said this before. Any Twitter user with the handle and it has bunny in it, stay away, my friend. Stay away. That's trouble. That is trouble.
You know, it's funny you say that because there's a certain... I forget what his name. I think he's one of the brothers, the Paul brothers. He was talking bad stuff about Bad Bunny.
Which one's Bad Bunny again? I only know the girl who killed Mike Z's career.
He's a dude. Oh, I think he's a rapper, Bad Bunny. But he was like, yo, Bad Bunny's a bad person now. And I was like, wow, The saga of Bunny continues.
Bunnies, I'm telling you, if you see them in the handle, veer away, my friend. They are bad news. Speaking of news, we got one item. So we will take a short break, and then this will probably be our only break before we wrap up the show because we got one item of news and then one item to talk about on the podcast. Because it's weird. It's like a slow week that's ramping up, but we just hit it just right where we're not quite there yet. So we'll take a short break, and then we'll be right back. Need to fix this.
So, I noticed that...
was your echo cancellation on? Because I could hear... it's weird. Sometimes I can hear myself, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, echo cancellation's off for me because whenever I do words like it just says and then it staggers, and I'm like, I don't like that.
Oh, yeah. It's weird. Sometimes I hear myself, sometimes I don't. It's like, maybe it's when, like just now I could hear myself. Weird. Maybe I can take it out in post.
There we go. Now, just to let you know, have you seen the Type Moon collab with PSO2?
No, I have not.
It's pretty funny.
I'm afraid to.
So you can now play as Ciel Shiki, uh, Tono Akiha, and Arcuid in the hit MMO PSO2, which means yes, Tono Shiki can use Elfelt's gun.
Ah, nice. That's That's Fantasy Star. Is that what it is?
Fantasy Star Online. There's so many memes now with Arcuid and Shiki doing dumb stuff with like other things like, "Hey yo, is that Tono Shiki with the Elfelt shotgun stance?"
Jesus. You know what? Actually, I do think I saw a clip of that. Of somebody doing like scratches with Arcuid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that's kind of cool.
It's hilariously bad looking, but it's funny that it's there.
I thought it looked okay though. At least from that clip that I saw, I was like, oh, that's not bad.
You need to see the up close facial look.
Oh, the models are bad. Oh.
I mean, to be fair, it's fine, but like I kind of cringe when I look at their faces. I'm like, ooh.
It's like me with VTubers. Every time I see one post, I'm like, ugh. Stay away. Not at least the ones that are like
cringy, which is I will admit a lot of them.
Yeah, the ones that Sneasel post, I'm like, oh, can we not? Can we not, please?
Those are the popular ones.
Yeah, those are the popular ones, like the HoloLive ones, and I think there are a few others, but they're just, I don't know. Honestly, I think it's the way that they like move and talk that it just like gives me just creeps me out. Oh.
You know, that's just how it is.
Hey, this is a new age, and VTubers are here to stay.
They are.
Yeah. But when I take over the world, they will be the first one off the chopping. I'm like going to be like Mojo Jojo.
If you think about it, you should become a VTuber. You should become the thing that you hated. Gain the power.
Oh, man. Bruh. Please, no.
Become all-powerful.
What do you call that? When you do that, it's not called a villain arc, but it's called like
a Joker arc. I'm in my Joker arc.
Is it a Joker arc?
Some people call it I'm in my Joker arc, but it's not really the Joker arc. I think you're onto something. I'm trying to remember what it is, but
when you become the thing you hate, it's some sort of arc. System works? I don't know.
It's a villain arc, I think, honestly. Also, by the way, can we talk about shows real quick?
Sure.
So there's a show I liked on Netflix that's getting a new season. I think a third season. It's called The Dragon Prince.
Right.
And
you talked about this before, I think, right?
No, this is an anime made by the same creators as Avatar. The
Airbender?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good. My only problem is that season 3 is a time skip season that like skips a lot of details that like you would only know if you read the comics, and I have not.
Ah, dude.
And I'm like, wait, what? Because like they have this they have a sneak peek episode, and they're like, it's been years since blank left, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all just y'all hooked up at the end of season 2. Now y'all are saying they're all gone? What?
They did that with The Walking Dead. I think it was like season 4 or season 5 of Walking Dead where they did that. Like they decided to just skip. Like, but it just happened because they took like 10 months off or whatever, and like the kid all of a sudden got old or whatever, and I was like, whoa, shit, he's hella old now. So.
But I was like, wait a second, you're telling me because at the end of season 2, 2 people hook up, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then at season 3, you're like, okay, we're gonna see them happy together. No, they're not even together.
Damn.
They've been separated. And I'm like, what?
What'd you do? Go back to the comics?
No, I didn't go back to comics because I don't know where the comics are. I probably have to go to a bookstore, go get them.
Oh, yeah.
Ripperoni.
Ripperoni.
That's why webcomics are superior, honestly, because at least you can just access them whenever.
Man, dude, there's a manga called. That's so strange. I don't know why. Like, it won't echo for the longest time, and then like all of a sudden it'll just echo. There's a
You should probably turn on your echo cancellation. Maybe that's the case.
that should be on. Let me check. Voice and video. So I have. Let's try this.
Hello, hello.
Well, no. So like I echo, I can hear me through you.
Huh.
Not anymore. I don't know. We'll see if that works. No, it didn't. I can still hear it.
I was gonna say, do you have the stream open with volume?
No, not with volume.
Okay. Because I was gonna say that might be it, but hold
That's
on.
weird.
Let me turn on my echo cancellation. Maybe that.
It doesn't happen all the time. Just randomly.
Voice and video.
I thought
All right.
so. I didn't have echo cancellation in the beginning, and I thought you can't have echo cancellation as well as the advanced voice, whatever.
All right. So I turned it on. Can you hear yourself now?
Hello, 1 2 3 1 2 3. No, but it kind of it came and went. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that fixed it.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. That is part of being a pro streamer. So yeah, I was thinking we won't even take a break between news and the prepping for Street Fighter. We'll take a break after prepping for Street Fighter. We'll take a break between Take a Flyer.
Okay.
Since it's just one item. Super easy peasy.
Man, next week's gonna also be pretty insane.
Next week is gonna be big, yeah. So it's gonna be a lot.
My brain hurts already thinking about it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to put news to watch for at the end?
This guy?
Yeah.
But it's a cool game.
I'd say just put it in a Take a Flyer.
All
We
right.
should probably just go straight into the prepping for Street Fighter Beta.
Sure.
All right, let's go straight into it. All right, clap us up.
All right. Here we are. Hey, you know how you said I just realized this. You know how you said you're not big on sports? During our break, you just technically called an audible. So we have an audible is when you change the play at the line. You know, it's just a thing. But anyway, it's we have one news item, and you were like, you know what? How about we just take that news item and then put it at the end for Take a Flyer wrap up, because you know it's just another game that we can talk about. Because we have prepping for Street Fighter 6 beta. So we're gonna call an audible here, made by Broken Wing, the quarterback of RTO. At the line of scrimmage, he saw the protection. He was like, "Oh shit, they're blitzing from the A gap." No, okay, I'm not gonna get into it. But
Honestly,
anyway,
that sounds amazing, and I just would love to hear an explanation to all those terms next episode of the podcast.
yeah, they're playing two safeties deep. No, don't worry about it. So tomorrow is the Street Fighter 6 beta, my friend, and since you know a third of RTO made it in, figured let's talk about it. Because
who is
you
that
know, we
third? I wonder who it is.
I don't know. He's somewhere, and he loves fishing minigames. And I don't think he even registered for the beta, so he definitely did not make it in.
He didn't.
So yeah, you got in,
Yes.
my friend.
Whoa!
You got on Steam or PlayStation?
Steam.
Damn, lucky. Congrats, first of all. You put this thing on Twitter. I want to start with this first. You put this thing on Twitter. It's like, man, I kind of feel bad that I got in when I see all these other people that didn't. And I was like, no, fuck that. Like, fuck those guys. Just play. What do you care? Like, who cares?
The reason I said
the
that...
shitstorm on Twitter was so fun to watch. Like, everybody's so salty. I didn't get a Steam code. I was like, fuck you.
Well, the reason why I said that is because I work the weekends. So, like... While everyone else doesn't work a weekend, they get all 72 hours to play the game. I may not. Hell, Saturday I may not even get to play the game because Saturday I have a double that I did ask to get canceled. I did ask for the Saturday the double to be canceled, but
just say you're sick.
I would love to, but
So you have court. It's like, listen, I was going 24 under 15. I gotta go to court.
then they're
It'll work.
ask
Trust
for
me.
the court favors.
Nah, it's a bar job. They're not gonna ask for that.
If they ask for the court favors, I might cry.
Nah, you'll be fine.
I'll probably just say, hey, something came up.
I don't think you should feel bad though. It's you got it fair and square. It's like everybody applied for the beta. Some people didn't get it, like myself. Some people got it, like yourself.
Now,
it is what it is. It
I
ain't
will
personal.
say that
Unless you think it's personal.
I
You think they targeted people?
No, I think though what is wrong was that somebody spoofed a bunch of accounts to get 150 copies and are selling it on eBay.
Oh, scalpers.
Yep.
Damn.
Scalpers out there. So I think what should happen is that they should next time attach like a. I hate to say this, you should use your cell phone to like attach to your code, because I know it sounds bad, but if there's a closed beta, scalpers are gonna come in. They're gonna do this.
Damn. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Well, that's unfortunate, but listen, I'm still glad that you got in to the Street Fighter 6 beta. So I put some details down here about the beta. So and then we can educate our audience who did not know about Street Fighter 6 beta, and then we'll talk about it. So this is a closed beta, October 7th to the 10th. And so limited codes obviously were sent out. Crossplay on all platforms, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Steam. Everybody can play together. We're all friends. Kumbaya. Game modes available are Battle Hub, or rather Battle Hub matches, casual matches, challenges, which are updated daily, character creation, but you can only create once. DJ booth, I know that's a fan favorite. Game Center, well, not a fan favorite, your favorite. Game Center, which also updates daily. Hub goods shop, open tournaments. That's kind of sick.
No,
Photo
is not.
What do you mean? I got this off of the thingamajig.
I can open up the game right now.
Well,
So-
at least it was supposed to. Wait a second. But it said October 7th to the 10th. It's October 6th.
Yes.
How are you in? Are you a hacker?
No, I'm not a hacker. Here, I'll explain. I'll explain. So, when you open up Street Fighter 6 closed beta, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens is that you'll come up upon an option. So the lovely podcast, well, not the lovely podcast, the lovely people watching the stream will get to hear this. They will not get to see it. They'll get to hear it in the background. So what's going to happen is that first a crash report tool will create in a separate window.
Of course.
Second, the game will load into the menu. All right. Now you keep the crash report tool active at all times. What it does is that basically when a crash happens, because we're playing on PC, it'll basically send it to the studio.
Street Fighter 6.
All right. I skipped the initial like intro, went straight to Street Fighter 6. Okay. I'm explaining it to you guys so that way when it goes to the actual podcast, you guys,
The listeners have a visual.
have a visualized explanation, because there's no visuals at all. Not even the YouTube people can watch this.
I can't see. I'm still staring at Pokefeed. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Exactly. So, what's going to happen is that it's going to say confirm Capcom ID. It's going to say the closed network test for Street Fighter 6, the test, requires your Capcom ID, right? Please choose yes, I agree to participate in the test. Or choose no, I don't agree to withdraw from the test. Do you agree to use Capcom ID? So what you do is you hit no, I don't agree. All right? Now, the first time you hit no, I don't agree, you'll get a cutscene of the Battle Hub intro with Eternity. All right? So you see
All right.
that video.
Yes.
Now, what you're going to see then is after that video hits, you're going to have this awesome song that I really wish OST rippers will rip, which is each of the three options you have, which is Battle Hub, World Tour, and Fighting Ground. Now, World Tour will not be available, okay? Because this is not the actual game.
Right.
So, sorry guys, you cannot try out World Tour mode. What you'll probably be able to play is Battle Hub and Fighting Ground. So what does Fighting Ground do? Fighting Ground allows you to test your mettle in a variety of game modes between arcade mode, training mode, offline matches, and more. There are many paths for fighters to follow in their pursuit of combat mastery. Basically your offline mode.
Right.
You then have the Battle Hub, a multiplayer online space for players to gather, fight, interact, and take part in special events. The Battle Hub is the place to be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you hit the options button right here, this button,
Yes.
you'll get to multi-menu. So what does multi-menu show? Shows that there's a profile, a CFN, and a tournament that you can access, but they're kind of crossed out. What I would assume is that, yes, you can use those, but because I'm offline and not online, I can't access it. So tournament mode may be available, but currently it is known that it's not. There's also rewards, news, tips, which is really good. This is where you got all that information about, like, oh, how tournaments are done and everything.
Yeah.
As well as options. I've already messed with the options, so that way, instead of having the stupid 1960 by 1080 little thing that's in the middle of my wallpaper, I've spoofed it up all the way. And I made it
Nice.
So that, like, now it's the whole screen. Alright? There is an option to turn off and on crossplay, but it is blank, because I'm pretty sure they want you to have that on at all times.
That's the whole reason. Yeah, that's the whole reason to the beta, really.
Yeah.
Trying to figure this out. They're trying to make you break it so they can fix it.
Yep. Now, I will say this. There's a lot of cool tips here. Alright? So in the Battle Hub matches, I'm going to go through them one by one, so that way everyone gets a good information. This is something that you may not know unless you watch Brian F. or something like that, okay? So...
Hey, shout-outs to Brian F. I heard he beat cancer.
He did.
Congrats.
I'm glad for that, man.
Yeah.
So Battle
Good
Hub
guy, Brian
matches.
F.
Battle Hub matches. Fight against other players using fighting ground characters or spectate matches between other players. Cabinets are placed back to back, like Japanese cabinets, not American cabinets, which is side by side. And
We have cabinets? Where?
And a
Round
match,
one.
Yeah, I know. And a match will begin when there are players sat on both sides. Right?
Uh-huh.
Cool. Extreme battles. Extreme battles, like those found in Fighting Ground mode, can be played on these cabinets. Rules and gimmicks are changed periodically. Cabinets are placed back to back, and a match will begin when players sat on both sides. Which is really cool, because that means that the client side will basically periodically change an extreme battle. So you can't really choose what extreme battles you play, but like you get, like, if you want to just goof around with your friend, it's never the same, you know, goof around. Like, there's always something new you get to play.
There's like barrels, and then there's like a volcano or whatever.
Game Center. This is actually dope. Visit the Game Center to play a regularly rotating lineup of games. Now, what the picture that they show on this is Final Fight.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Final Fight is in the Battle Hub. You can play OG Final Fight.
Sick.
Now there's standard play. Play a game until you choose to quit, and then there's ranking challenge. Play a single player game mode to compete for the highest score. Scores will be displayed on the ranking boards in the Battle Hub. So all these little arcade games that you can play during, like, in the Game Center will actually tell people who's the best at these old school games.
Mm-hmm. I hope somebody puts, like, you know how in old school arcade games, whenever somebody get a high score, they just put like always. I hope somebody does that.
That's kind of cool. Now there comes the fighter profile. Fighter profile allows you to check the fight record, avatar, clubs, and achievements of a player. This comes in handy when you want to review your own track record or when you're talking with another player. Now what's pretty sick is that the little circle that shows, like, what you do has a lot of stuff under it. You have World Tour, so how long you've been in World Tour. Ranked matches, how long you've been in ranked matches. Casual matches, how long you've been in casual matches. Custom room, Battle Hub, offline matches, arcade mode, practice, which basically is going to like shout out, This dude doesn't go into the lab.
So it tracks all that data, to. Oh, I started saying data and then I changed it to data. I don't know how to say that word. Anyway, it tracks all that data for you while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
In like different modes. That's crazy.
And also extreme battle. So that circle will just have like a bunch of colors, and you can see how long people are in things. CFN returns. So CFN is actually good. Do not associate, before we begin, do not associate CFN with the netcode. CFN is not the netcode.
When you say CFN, I'm sorry, but the only thing that comes into my head is that when you know that sound when the network goes down in Street Fighter V, the damn it. That's the only thing that comes into my head whenever anybody says CFN. It's like, damn it. I'll put that shit in the podcast because that's so funny.
Good.
That actually should be like a soundboard. Like that should be like the can't do it.
Yeah, it should be. So, CFN is an abbreviation for Capcom's Fighters Network, which is actually sick. I wish every game had CFN or iteration of CFN. What's really cool about this is that what it doesn't show, but it shows in the picture, is that it shows friends, followed, search, request, streams, and blocked. Now, streams can be one of two things. Either one, you can put in your like YouTube and Twitch channel and be like, hey, this is where I stream. Or two, it can be a stream of the current active gameplay that the person's playing.
Nice.
Which means that if like you are looking for Tokido information, right? Rather than go on his stream or go on YouTube or go on Twitch, get off the game, you can go into the game and watch him play the game itself.
Damn. Is that allowed? Isn't that like there's like a privacy? I guess not privacy. I don't know. Like that sounds a little invasive. Does it not?
Kinda not really, but like it's actually pretty dope.
I guess it's a part of like the whole Capcom agreement that you hit agree on, right? So it's
true. But also, if you think about it, it kills all those channel rippers that are like, oh, I went to all these people's channels, ripped all their matches, and then just posted it on my own YouTube stream.
They were really bad a few years ago. I thought they've gone away though. Like
No.
Big Daddy Hende, right?
No, you can literally
They're still around.
You can literally look up any fighting game you want right now, and you can see that they're still live and proud.
Man, remember Big Daddy Hende, whatever his name was?
Xenos or whatever his name was too, something with X.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
So, players, search for other players and manage your relationship with them. Follow can be done by anyone. Friends shows players who have accepted, sent friend requests, and block. Refuse matches against registered player.
Can you assign a rival status to a player?
I don't know yet. Maybe. That'd be
Dude,
kinda
Persona
cool.
had that. It was so fun. You could assign rivals, and it would keep your all-time record against this specific person.
Yeah. Guilty Gear Strive, I think, also does that too. I think you can set someone as your rival. So replays. Search for and watch replays of matches fought by players all around the world. Replays can also be saved to a list so they're easy to find for repeated viewing at a later date. Note that past replays will be rendered unviewable when the game's battle version is updated. Just like every other fighting game. Once you go from 0.5 to 0.7, 0.5 is unwatchable. So you're going to have to actually watch on YouTube. But that's fine.
Dude, Under Night screwed me because I used to have some really fucking dope Akatsuki Unist replays, and I never saved them. And then we went to Uniclear, and I was like, I lost all of them. This sucks. Anyway, keep going.
Here we go. This is the cool information that everyone wants to hear about. Rank matches! Alright, leagues and ranks. So, there's a little diamond, or not a diamond, triangle right here. I'm going to explain how this works. So there's Rookie, which is its own tier. Iron, Bronze, Silver, and Gold. They're the second tier, right? The third tier is Platinum and Diamond, and the final tier is Masters. Alright?
Okay.
So, leagues and ranks. In ranked matches, 8 different leagues are used to indicate a player's strength, with each league consisting of 5 ranks. You will rank up as you play ranked matches and increase your LP or league points beyond the designated thresholds. Rookie, which is the bottom. Win streak bonus, yes. League point loss on defeat, no. Which means you cannot stay in rookie.
That's good.
Iron to gold. Win streak bonus, yes. League demotion, no. One-time rank down protection, yes. So you can go down in rank, but you cannot go down in league.
Okay. So wait, you said there's 4 levels to each rank?
No. So there's rookie, which is League 1. League 2 is iron through gold. So you got iron, bronze, silver, and gold. Which I believe these leagues are basically people you'll be matched up against, right? So if you're an iron, you have a chance to fight gold players.
But is there like an iron 1, iron 2, iron 3, iron 4, and then
I'm pretty sure there is. Because it says
You know-
league demotion is not available, but
Right.
rank down protection is available, which basically means that there's probably iron 4, iron 3, iron 2, iron 1, bronze 4, bronze 3, bronze 2, bronze 1, right?
You know what other game does that? It has a T in it, and it ends with an H. There's an F in the middle. Also, what's that game with the robots? Really cool game. Rising Thunder
Yes.
did that back in the day.
Yeah. So then we go to platinum and diamond. Win streak bonus does not exist in platinum to diamond. You're kind of screwed if you're on a winning streak. League demotion does exist though. So you can go from diamond to platinum.
Right. LTG is gonna love that.
Yep. Then we have one-time rank down protection. You still have one-time rank down protection, which is great.
What does that mean?
It basically means if you are on a losing streak, you don't immediately go down.
Like how
Because-
bad of a losing streak? Like 18 matches?
I don't know. I think one-time rank down protection basically stands for, like, if you have a bad day, it doesn't quantify you under, like, going down in rank because maybe you're still good. It's just that you're just having a bad day. That
Like, I wonder if you can use it manually or the set in automatically? Is
I
it
think
like
it's setting automatically because I don't think that I don't think the game itself would like. I think that the game will be like, okay, he's winning a lot, so we're gonna give him one-time rank down to protection, and then if you get like you lose a lot, then it'll be like, okay, calm down, and then if you lose a lot more again, then it'll rank you down.
Yeah. Maybe
But-
it gives you like an alert saying, hey, you suck right now, but we're not going to demote you just yet.
Yeah, maybe. Then we get to the final part of this little triangle, right? Called Masters. Now, this is very controversial because some people are like, yes, it's good, and then some people are like, this sucks. So, Master, win streak bonus, no. League demotion, no. Meaning, if you're in Masters, you stay in Masters.
I mean, that's cool depending on how hard it is to get to Masters. Because you don't want, like, there might be like if it's not very difficult, you might have like a bottom league of Masters of people just getting destroyed.
True, but that's the same case as it is right now in Street Fighter V.
True. Wait, you can't demote down from Masters?
Kinda, but like basically what it is that there's a bunch of people that shouldn't be in Masters that are in Masters that they get mollywopped. But the reason why is because their rollback is so bad that like you need as many people in Masters pools as possible, so that way like Master players don't spend 50 minutes waiting for a match.
Yeah, or they can just play a different game. I don't really believe in no demotion, regardless of rank. If you're a Grandmaster, you should still be eligible for demotion. Just because you're a Grandmaster in 2022 doesn't mean when you come back to the game in 2024 you're still a Grandmaster. Prove it.
Exactly. That's why I think that the league demotion is kind of a controversial statement, because some people are like, yeah, you should not go down because you proved yourself as a good Street Fighter player. But then some people are like, yeah, but just because you're a good Street Fighter player doesn't mean that you should have a safe ride. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that is a little eyebrow raising.
Indeed. Now there's a thing called placement matches. So when you start doing ranked matches, 10 placement matches will be held to determine an appropriate starting rank for you. So, you can actually do something cool, which is called select a fighting game experience that most closely matches your own. This information is required to provide an appropriate placement in qualifying matches. You have beginner, which is for players who are new to fighting games, Street Fighter V rank equivalent, unranked/rookie. Novice, for players with a bit of fighting game experience, Street Fighter V rank equivalent, bronze. Intermediate, for players who play fighting games often and can perform combos. This is Street Fighter V rank equivalent of silver and gold. And then there's advanced, for players who excel at fighting games and take a tactical approach to battle. Street Fighter V rank equivalent is platinum or higher.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
Now, here's something that they showed off on Twitter, which is called Battle Settings. Visit Battle Settings to adjust settings pertaining to online matches. Matchmaking settings. Turn on matchmaking for ranked or casual matches and search for an opponent, and battle will begin when an opponent is found. Matchmaking will remain active even if you start up an arcade, training, or combos trial session, allowing you to continue playing while waiting for another player to come.
Dude, I love that feature in fighting games because obviously me being Resident Boom over here playing Persona, you are locked to just staring at the matchmaking screen when you're setting up for a ranked match in Persona, or when you set up at a lobby, you just have to stare at your own little fighter ID card until somebody joins your lobby and then you can fight. Whereas like in a lot of these modern games, you can just set a lobby, go into training mode, hey, somebody popped in, let me go fight them. It's so nice. It's just like you don't, and Street Fighter V was super cool with that because you could get into every single match or into every single game mode while this thing is finding you matches. It was actually kind of, I don't know if I want to say ahead of its time, but I remember seeing that for the first time in Street Fighter V. Maybe because I didn't play certain games that did that. I think Skullgirls probably did that as well. But I just remember it was like such a cool feature. So good that they're bringing it back.
True. All right, we have character settings. Choose a character to choose in online matches. Titles and challenge splash screens can be customized on a per character basis. This was shown on Twitter. So whenever it shows, here comes a new challenger, right? You can change how that image looks, which is really cool.
Nice.
Yes, game settings. Customize universal settings pertaining to stage and match selection. Basically, you're going to see a bunch of like tryhards go and put, like me, I'm going to be a tryhard, that's going to put in like basically either the grid or very, very lag-free or lagless stages.
Yeah.
Then you're going to see the casuals who don't know that that's a thing, just going to put auto, and then you're going to
fighting on the beach stage and fucking lagging all over the place.
Oh god, I hate those people.
Rolling back. Hey, that's one thing you really have to report back to us is the rollback. We gotta find out, did they fix their shit? Because that's like, honestly, all this stuff you're talking about is super nice. But like, fuck all that. Like, I just want to know if the netcode has been corrected, because you know what Pringle always says, they better come correct. And like, this is, man, you have an opportunity here to really make a splash in fighting games with this new generation. Because listen, Guilty Gear Strive did really well, and it kind of like, I think, opened up the new generation in a good way with some momentum. And then this is up to Street Fighter to like take that momentum and keep pushing through. And then Tekken 8 comes out and I'm like, holy shit, Shoryuken, not Shoryuken, Doria. And then it'll be sick. So I think they have a golden opportunity here to make an extremely impressive first impression. But yes, they better not mess this up.
Okay. So then we have fighter profile, which is customize your profile seen by other players and adjust how much of it is available for public viewing.
Speaking of money, is there fight money? Sorry to cut you off.
Yes. Fight money.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh well. Matchmaking settings status. You can check the status of your matchmaking via the fight request banner at the bottom of the screen. You have searching for a ranked or casual match opponent, and the online match fight request search is paused.
All right. Cool.
Training menu.
Can we talk about characters? All this stuff is nice, but can we talk about characters? Because that's like the real shit right here.
Yeah.
So the characters that are available are going to be Chun-Li, Guile, Jamie, Juri. Oh, I can't fucking read. Juri, Ken, Kimberly, Luke, Ryu. So let's say, I know you... Yeah, well, here's the thing. You said you're working this weekend, you might not have all the time. With the limited time you have to play the beta, out of those 8 characters, which one are you running to?
Jamie, Juri, and then maybe Ken.
Really?
Mhm.
No love for Kimberly, huh?
I'm sorry. Kimberly is one of those, like, she's a cool ninja character, and I like ninja characters, but she's a setup character, and I cannot think. I don't like using my brain. I like.
Is she in an Ibuki replacement? You think?
No, she's a guy replacement.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's Bushin Ryu.
Man, so you're going Jamie, Jury, Ken.
Yep.
Why Jamie?
Because Jamie looks cool, and honestly, he looks like the kind of character I'd like to play.
Drunken Master?
Yeah. And then
Do you play Lei in Tekken?
No, I don't play Lei in Tekken. He seems too complicated.
Yeah, he is. A lot of stances.
Yeah, but Jamie is just like unlock, go in, rush down. You know, he seems fun. Now,
Yeah.
I would say Chun-Li seemed cool, but Chun-Li is a super hard character now because she's a stance character. And I was like, oh, ho, ho, ho.
She's a stance character since when?
Since Street Fighter 6.
What? How many stances does she have?
I don't know, but I'm not ready to find out.
One for Kikosho and the other one for... What's the other one called?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Spinning bird kick.
No, she has the other... Whatever. Anyway, so... Ken. I guess I could see you playing Ken.
I've been a Ken player for a long ass time.
Yeah, I see that. Wait, you play Cammy and...
Yes.
Hey, wait, Cammy's not in here.
Yeah, I know. I play Cammy because she's a rushdown. But I also played, what's his name? He's the fat guy with the chain.
Birdie?
Birdie, yeah, I play Birdie.
That's cool. And of course, Jury, she's Jury.
I'm not horny playing. I actually played Jury in 4.
You know what's sad about Jury is I actually really like her design really I've always liked her design, but in this game specifically, like I actually really like the way Jury looks. And Jury is definitely my type of girl where she's she steps on people, and that's and obviously she's a very attractive. But like every time I see Jury get played, I'm just like, man, I don't want to do any of that shit. Like
Hold
it's.
on. Let me go put my mic to like say, excuse me, can you can you explain to me how horny you are?
Listen, but like I don't like. Jury would be sick if she played like anything else. Like I just don't like the gameplay. Like it's I don't know. It really turns me off from that character. But like everything else about the character is sick. I just don't want to play her because she's.
You can. So speaking of, when I go back to the gameplay features, there's something interesting that you might actually think is cool.
Let's go to it now.
Okay, so first off, we have training menus. The training menu seems interesting. So you can adjust the scenario and training mode via the pause menu. You have simple training settings. Feeling overwhelmed by all the settings in training mode. Don't worry, the simple training settings page on the pause menu automatically adjusts the scenario based on your selected training focus. Convenient, right? This could be the future of training mode. Because while everybody that's like super into fighting games loves like 1,000 pages in training mode, new players have no idea how to use training mode. You have to learn how to use training mode to use training mode.
Right.
Like, so simple training settings might be the key. Where it's like, oh, hey, do you want to practice how to fight anti-airs? Boom. Do you want to focus on how to like stop zoning? Here you go. There's this. This might be the key. Just like, hey,
could be.
We get it. You don't know what you're doing. You have no idea. You're like either you're a beginner or intermediate player. You don't know how to use training mode. Here, we've set up scenarios for you so that way you can practice this. And then once you feel comfortable with these scenarios, you can then use the advanced training mode,
Right. Yeah, it's good. Good for beginners.
Note, making a selection in the training menu will overwrite your other training settings. So basically, if you like what you have in your training settings, you have to save it. Otherwise, you can restore to default settings. There's some shortcuts that are really cool. So shortcut feature. Shortcuts give you access to specific functions in training mode without opening the pause menu. All right, so you can set up functions, but let's Brian F showed this off, so I'm gonna go to it real quick.
Wait, he already has the game?
He has the beta.
Man, influencers.
Not
Getting
every
codes.
not every influencer has it. There's a lot of influencers that don't have it.
Oh yeah, can we talk about that for a second? Because that's actually one of my favorite parts about the whole Street Fighter 6 beta thing is like the Twitter reaction. Oh my god! So I don't like Twitter as a whole, but I really don't like FGC Twitter. But sometimes it is hilarious because the fighting game community online, they're just so salty and they say the stupidest shit. But like I saw, who was it? Rooflemonger didn't get it. Like, oh my god, that was so fucking funny. But anyway. A bunch of people are like mad that influencers got codes, and I was like, yeah, why wouldn't you think Sajam would get a code? Like he has a huge audience, like Max, like all these people, like of course they're gonna get codes. Like what are you dumb? Like just
Now,
think rationally here in a second.
My favorite thing is that Infiltration and what is it? Low Tier God have codes. They're banned
have
permanently from Capcom events.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Wait. Infiltration is banned from Capcom? Still? I thought he's fine now.
I think he's still banned.
I know he's banned from Evo and like Combo Breaker. And that was some bullshit. Whatever. Let's not get into that. It's a whole different can of worms.
So there's an option what's cool is that you can actually change the battle settings for player 1 and player 2. And there's presets, which means that you can actually go into so let's say you go to a tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than having to constantly change all the buttons at once per player, they could just set presets for all the players. And then all you do is select the preset.
Yeah.
There's also button release input. Negative edging. You can choose to negative edge. For those of you who don't know what negative edging means.
Yeah, that's true. You should explain that. Yeah.
Negative edging is not a sex term, okay? It is not edging. You're not edging yourself, okay? When negative edging...
What is edging? I don't want to know.
I'll explain after.
No. Just do negative edge.
So what negative edge means is that when you hold a button... So let's say I hold this button, right? Rather than just activating a move when I press the button, when I release the button, that's when things happen. That is called a negative edge. So let's say I were to do a... hold on.
Example. Jury, Fireball, Street Fighter 4.
Yep. Let me use this because it's a better representation of examples.
Hey, that's banned, all right?
No, it's
actually not that one. The other one is.
Yes. Okay. So, let's say I want to do...
By the way, for the listeners at home, Broken is holding his hitbox. That's why I said it's banned.
It's a legendary hitbox, and I will explain later.
Okay.
So, let's say I want to do a fireball. I would do this, right? And then I'd press this button. So let's say I'm playing Jury, like you said.
Yes.
So I would do this to hold the fireball, right? Now I can continue moving in any direction that I want to while holding this button. Hell, I can press these buttons right here to do attacks while I'm holding the buttons, right?
Yeah.
And once I release this button, the fireball comes out. So basically, rather than activating a fireball whenever I press this, I can hold it, basically do attacks, and then basically like throw a fireball out. So I basically, it's faster, it's better, a lot of other things.
Right, basically. So that I think really all negative edges. So for people who are listening, a fireball usually is done with a 2-3-6 motion. So look at your number pad on your keyboard. Look at 2-3-6, and that's how Ryu shoots his Hadouken. Jury does 2-3-6. She lifts up her leg. She says like "gotcha" or whatever she says, and then she puts down her leg, and now she has a fireball stored because she's holding on to the button that she used the fireball with. So when she lets go of that button, the fireball comes out. Can we talk about hitbox? I heard cross-up is getting banned.
Is
that true?
SOCD.
Okay.
Now,
and remember, I said that shit on FGC Hollywood, and they were shitty to me on Twitter.
I will say this. What's interesting about SOCD is that SOCD has a certain thing in this game.
What does that stand for, by the way?
Simultaneous opposites cardinal directions.
Okay.
AKA, it means I'm pressing this button, and then with
Left.
this, I'm doing the other direction.
Yeah.
So
Left and right together.
Yep. Yes. I just showed you how I can SOCD on a controller. It was actually very difficult. Which is why most controller pad players don't do it. There are few pad players that SOCD, but very few do. Okay? Now, what's cool about this is that there's a simultaneous how do I go with it?
Detector when you're trying to cheat.
No.
God damn it.
So there's a lot of this game is actually really good for blind people, by the way. There's a lot of settings you can do to set up like how much health you have left, what's happening on the screen, how much health your opponent has. Other accessibility options. Are you getting crossed up? Are you getting hit high or low? You know? Are you hitting high or low? There's like clock volume options. Like what?
Why would never mind. That's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of amazing options in this game. But what's interesting is that there's an assist button. So
Attack fire?
kind of? Not really. There's also the heavy to special move, light, medium, heavy, medium and heavy, and light and light and medium. And then there's there's also drive parry, drive impact, assist, and all that. Now, I think what really sets this apart for me is that... Oh, shit.
I'm gonna add that sound right there. Oh man, I hope they bring that back for Street Fighter 6. I mean, it's such an iconic just error sound.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best.
But there's also like, where is it that he showed off? There's a button that basically allows for simultaneous buttons pressed at the same time. So let's say I press square. Instead of pressing square, triangle, and R1, I just press square and this button, and it, boom, it does all three. So it helps you for EXs and supers.
Yeah. By the way, Tekken does that. I don't know why nobody ever talks about that, or at least maybe I just don't hear them talk about it. But you know, there's a combo with Brian where it's a lot easier to just do run up. So you have to use 3, which is one of his kicks buttons, and then in order to run up, you need to run up with 3 plus 4. Mm-hmm. So all you do is after you do the 3 button, you hold on to the 3, you run up with 4, and you get 3 plus 4. So
nice.
It's a good way of doing it.
So here is the in-battle accessibility settings that I think is impressive. So you have distance to opponent sound. You can turn that on. You can turn on cross-up attack hit symbol sound. So basically when you get crossed up, it'll give you a sound. High, mid, low attack hit symbols. Vitality, super arts gauge amount notification sound. Drive gauge status notification sound. Super art gauge usage indicator effect. Stage character select narration timing. All of these are actual options that you can select.
It seems like stuff a lot of people are just gonna gloss over though.
There's also distance to opponent sound volume. Hit sound volume, clothing sound volume, footsteps sound volume, regular action sound volume, attack sound volume, super arts drive sound volume, battle hub sound volume, environmental sound volume, environment object sound volume.
All right. I think we got the sound volume. Since we're talking about sound volume, I think we've kind of reached the bottom of the barrel here on Street Fighter 6. I just hope the netcode is fixed. Yes, please, netcode.
We will find out very soon. But there you go. There's all your information about Street Fighter 6. So I've basically dumped the Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, you made me go through the Under Night tutorial. So I need to know, once you play it, you should let me know in Discord. Like, how does it feel? Is it responsive? And if you have any issues, because I wonder how many people actually got into the beta. That would be interesting. Hopefully, they do a dev blog at the end of the beta, and they'll tell us kind of like how Guilty Gear does their dev backyard. Be like, hey, we did this, and these are the results, and all this stuff. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. One thing I want to end this segment on is content sharing is not only allowed, but it's encouraged. Remember what a like a few months that like what a difference that makes as far as like a few months time where they put out that Capcom Street Fighter content license thing. It was terrible.
God, I remember that.
And then they got all this, terrible feedback from it. They were so tone deaf with content creation and all this shit. And now they're like, hell yeah, this is a closed beta, but you can still make content for it. So very good progress by the Capcoms. So yeah, that is all we have for prepping for Street Fighter 6. Broken, let's take a small break, and then we'll come back. We'll take a flyer, and we shall wrap up episode 7 of this podcast. We shall be right back.
That was a lot, by the way, for Street Fighter 6.
That was a lot. That was a lot
more than
of...
you expected?
Who's calling me? What the fuck? It's 9:15.
Was that more than you expected?
That was way more.
It's because I had the beta, so I can tell.
Yeah, you could
what it's about.
Play by play. I don't know that number.
For all of you guys who
call.
are listening to the podcast live, you were listening to the Battle Hub selection theme. It's a really good theme. It's very.
I saw you tweet it. You tweeted like twice, I think I saw, where you were talking about that theme. You're like, man, this is so chill.
Such a nice and chill theme, honestly. I might actually, if I start like making videos, I might have that as like the background theme, which like whenever I do discussions.
Yeah, dude. When are you gonna start that?
Very soon.
Soon, TM.
This job will not be the thing that allows me to do it, but once I'm out of this job, hell yeah, it's going in.
What's the ETA on that, by the way, as far as like new job stuff?
School's probably the thing that's gonna make me,
school.
Yeah, I'm probably just waiting for school.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Alrighty. Oh man, yes. Also, there's different. Oh shit, we didn't talk about the different controls types. Oh well.
Nah, it's fine. It is what it is.
Who cares?
Who cares? All right, let's take a flyer. We'll wrap it up. Short break, Broken. We're right back at it. Mostly because it's getting late. So anyway, take a flyer. Wrap up.
News to
we
watch.
Talked about Street. Yeah, sort of. Let's roll back that one because I actually want to talk about that one more so in length. It's a game called. I already forgot what it's called.
The Entropy Center.
But it's called the Entropy Center. It's a game I kind of want to talk about. So let's do that next week if we have time. If not, it's a game we can talk about later. For a while. But anyway, it's coming out November 3rd. We got time. It's October 6th. We have a whole month to talk about this game. Take a flyer. Wrap up a few items here. Congrats to the Melty Bloods and the Type Moons for Melty Blood Type Lumina. Sold over 300,000. Yeah, I guess. Did they say sold over or did they shipped? I guess I didn't look at that article.
Whatever.
330,000. Okay. Anyway, they sold over 330,000 units, copies worldwide. Congrats. Melty Blood, no longer poverty.
Good for them. Good for them. Also, there's a PSO2 collab.
Yeah. And then they gave away a bunch of music for free, right?
Yeah, they did. And also, there's a new update that just came out that gave, like, a bunch of the old school songs as, like, selectable songs. Not all of them.
Didn't we get new colors, too, or something like that?
New colors, too. I will say...
Everything's been free.
Yeah, all of this is free, by the way. I will say I'm kind of upset that Rhythmical Bustle, aka the song that every fucking fighting game player uses in their
the GOAT.
Their songs, is not selectable. But hey, the ones that are pretty good.
The audacity for you to be a fighting game player to have never played Melty Blood and then use that shit in your video.
You know how many people do that? These editors, These editors are out here wilding. Like, hey, I love this song. Yeah, but has the person you're editing the video for ever heard of this song?
No shame. No shame.
Editors, please. Please,
Please.
editors.
Killer Instinct rank match was hacked. Killer Instinct. I don't know how this is even possible, but I guess somebody hacked the
Hawk.
Xbox One. Yes, they hawked that shit. Xbox One and Microsoft Store could not be played. Yeah, unsure how that happens, but players around the KI scene, especially on Twitter, were like, "Hey, I can't play this stuff," and they were trying to spread awareness. And hey, good on the Killer Instinct devs because they actually got that
Done.
going on October 4th. They were like, hey, we fixed it. And by the way, all of your leaderboards are back on there, so you're good to go. Shoutouts to KI.
Nobody's stars were removed because a bunch
Nobody's,
of people were worried that their stars were going to go away.
Man. Yeah, only killers now play ranked mode in Killer Instinct. Like, no pun intended, but just absolute killers.
Now,
Guilty Gear. Strive.
Yes.
Crossplay beta.
I will explain. So the beta will take place on October 13th through the 16th. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 users will be able to challenge Steam users online. And it will be free to play. Now, the way it works is that if you have a PS4 or PS5, it is a separate app. Okay?
Right.
A separate app will not require you to use PSN Plus. You could just play it straight off the rip. Another great thing. This beta will have everything minus story mode. Free and available. That means all of Season 1 and, of course, the Season 2 character are free to play off the rip. So, if you wanted to try out Testament, if you wanted to try out Bridget, if you wanted to try out any of these characters. Right?
Nobody wants to try those two characters. Why couldn't you have named, like, Eno or, like,
available.
somebody cool?
Eno's already available. She's base roster. I'm talking about DLC characters. So
Has there been a cool DLC character yet?
Gold Lewis.
Where's Johnny? Where's Slayer?
Season 2, okay? Anyways, back on point. So, again, if you're a Steam player, this will also be a separate app. So again, if you play Guilty Gear Strive and you want to try out DLC characters, boom. Off the rip, you will be able to play it. So then you'll be able to determine whether or not you really wanted to buy that character or not. 2, another great thing. This is free for anyone. If you have friends who are like, I want to play fighting games, but I don't know which one to play, literally sell them this one. It's got great rollback. It's got a great community. And game's kind of fun.
I don't know about that second one, but I don't know about that third one either. But like, hey, it's free, so why not?
What are you losing? Losing?
Yeah.
And the rollback is amazing. Also,
I agree on the first one.
Another thing that is not said, but had been said by the people, this will also be implementing Matchmaking 2.0. This beta is not just a beta for crossplay, it is a beta for Matchmaking 2.0. So, we will be figuring out how they change matchmaking. So, get ready. We might finally be fixing the stupid cannot connect to server cabinet, cannot connect to cabinet thing.
I haven't played Strive in forever, but is it still a thing where you accidentally try to rematch somebody and you hit their R code and now you just got to hold that L for like a while? Is that still a thing?
It's not forever, but it's still a thing. It's not just
shit.
It's not 3 months that you have to wait for them to leave R code.
Man. Oh, man. That was pretty funny.
But yes, that is a lot of stuff that will be done. All game modes will be included, so yes, training mode will be accessible during this time.
Yeah.
So
October 13th to October 16th. So mark your calendar for a free beta. Cool. You know what's I was just thinking about this just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it kind of still kind of a slap in the face to a lot of these developers doing all these innovative stuff like crossplay and Battle Hub and all this other, just all this stuff. Meanwhile, Tekken hasn't done shit in like forever. And they have like 6,000 players every goddamn day playing Akuma or whatever.
I will say this. Harada has explained this. He says that he always took Virtual Fighter BS. Virtual Fighter was the innovator, and he would just be like, "Oh, cool, Virtua Fighter did something cool. I'm gonna take that." Now that Virtua Fighter was gone for the radar, he was like, "Oh, I have to be the invader now." That's why he's excited that Virtua Fighter's back, because he's like, "Oh shit, now I can just steal their shit again."
They mailed it in the last couple seasons, in my opinion, with Tekken 7. I mean, they're like, oh, netcode sucks, whatever, you'll play it anyway. Oh, you don't like the balance, whatever, you'll play it anyway. And he hasn't been proven wrong. They're playing that game more than any other fighting game on the market. With everybody has their bells and whistles and everything. No, we're playing Tekken.
The reason why is because 3D fighting games are different than 2D fighting games. And to be fair, there's a dime a dozen 2D fighting games. How many 3D fighting games are currently available that people play? Tekken and what?
Soul Cal. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Soul Cal. Nobody's playing DOA 6. That's been... they stopped supporting that game.
And Virtua Fighter is not that played often. But hey, it's back. I'm glad.
It's only on PlayStation, whatever, Live. What is it called?
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Broken, I added this game because this is such a just broken game. It's called Romancylvania, a darkly comic genre mashup combining side-scrolling action and tongue-in-cheek romance into one completely absurd and unforgettable adventure. Maybe unforgivable too. This game. I added this game specifically because this is such a Broken Wing type game. Looks a little Kuso, in my opinion, and for the uninformed, Kuso means garbage or trash. Kusoge, but it could be all right. I just, from seeing the trailer, I was like, oh man, it looks a little rough to play, but the theme of it, I think you would like. Romancylvania.
I will say this. Kusoge games are amazing solely because...
Sometimes.
Kusoge games are those games where it's like, this game's fucking garbage. And then you pick up your controller to play it again.
When they're so trash that it's actually comical, that's when it's actually fun. But when they're like just trash enough where like it gets away from being the game that it could be, you're like, this sucks. This is like, if only it wasn't like this. And that's when it's, it gets annoying.
Oh.
Hey, Mario, the movie trailer. So you asked me to watch this because, the Mario movie is coming out. I came into it and I was just like, I don't care about this shit. And then I watched the trailer. I was like, you know what? That was actually pretty good. Like, I might watch this. Because the beginning, I was like, damn. The way Bowser came in, I was like, that was actually kind of cold. Like, the way he's like, open the gates or whatever. I was like, that's kind of sick. And then all of a sudden, I was like, hey, I know these voices. Jack Black as Bowser. And then I was like, oh, shit. I know this voice. And then you were saying, what's his name? Wait, who's Chris Pratt? I already forgot. God damn it.
Pratt's Mario.
Yeah, he's Mario. But Bowser is Jack Black, and Charlie Day is Toad.
Luigi. Charlie Day.
He's Luigi? Yeah, are you sure?
Charlie Day is Luigi, and then Toad is actually it's Key from Key and Peele.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, they got some really good actors to doing the voice lines on that.
I will say this: the Penguin guy sounds very familiar. He sounds like what's his name from? Hold on, let me look up IMDb.
I gotta say, I really came into that trailer with really low expectations, and I was like, that wasn't bad. That was all right. That was pretty good. I might watch this movie, Broken. I don't know. I might just do it. I might threaten and watch the movie. I'm watching right now. I'm watching not Ozark. I finished that on Netflix. I'm watching Narcos. That's pretty good too. I've been enjoying that. I don't know if I'll renew Netflix though. It's a little, I don't know. Seems overpriced for the catalog that they have.
That's what it was. So I don't know if he is in. I don't know if he is in it or not, but Lance Reddick sounded like he was the Penguin in the new live action, or not live action, in the new
live action. Oh god, that would be awful.
In the new Mario movie.
Yeah.
It sounded like Lance Reddick. I don't know if it is him or not, but that penguin sounded like him. And if you don't know who Lance Reddick is, he is mostly known for in John Wick as the what's his name, the guy who tells John Wick like in the apartments. He's a hotel manager. He's
Okay.
also mostly known as Zavala from Destiny. He's also known as the guy who literally carried the Resident Evil terrible season show. He's pretty well known.
He's a guy. He's a guy who does stuff, and so are we. But the stuff that we do is on this airship, and guess what, Broken? This airship is at Orbis. So we have arrived, my friend. Another podcast has been completed.
Mm-hmm.
And again, another one. We just talked about fighting games all day. Like, man, is this really FGC Hollywood? Just, coated in black and gold?
Games. We didn't just talk
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
true. Yeah, that's true.
I literally spent like at least 30 minutes talking about potion permit.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, that is all we have for Ride to Orbis, a gaming podcast. Fighting games are part of games. And yeah, we shall be back. Brogan's he's going to be our scout for the Street Fighter 6 beta, as well as the crossplay beta, as well as probably some other beta that has not yet been announced.
Yep.
And on episode 8, you will have to tell us all about it, as well as maybe we'll talk about the Entropy Center, and who knows? Maybe we'll get a Wild Pringle joining us. No, probably not. But who knows?
Mayhaps,
week.
One of these days.
Hey, it could be a blue moon. You never know. But anyway, my name is Max Spicer, the man in the hat. That is Broken Wing, a.k.a. Pringle the 2, the man in the second seat / third seat, depending on where the boxes are. And then we will be back.
The first seat?
Yeah, technically. Correct. We'll be back next week. Shout outs to the DGen Rangers. Shout outs to Discord. Shout outs to Patreon. Hey, if you're listening to this on Monday, go check out the archive. RTO versus CNC, Tekken 7. It'll be fun. Anyway, peace out, y'all.
Whew. Wow, we forgot to talk about the Guilty Gear Exert Rev 2 beta. Dun dun.
Oh, shit. We did forget to talk about that. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
It happens.
You said you talked about the beta we didn't talk about, so I was like, okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
That'll work.
that's true. That's true. That'll be podcast correction.
No, it won't. We'll just talk about it later.
You don't want to do podcast correction. Man, you hate podcast correction.
Because it's basically just a big old call-out section where it's like, hey, we're
We
bad
have
at
to
our
stay
job.
accountable. We have to be accountable, Brogan.
I know.
Oh, man. I love them. They're fun. Archipelago.
Sometimes archipelago. All right, we gotta figure out a word tonight for next week.
What's a good word?
Marsupial.
Marsupial. People know what marsupial is, though.
It's a.
I need a word that's like not common. A word that's like not common.
Who says marsupial on a day to day like?
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about any sort of like wild animal you see at night, you're like, hey, look at that shit. What is that? Oh, it's a marsupial.
What is the
Uncommon
word
words.
for what is the word for hooved animals? The one that only Maid 6 will put in them's fighting herds?
Oh yeah, hooved animals are called ungulate.
There we go. We're gonna.
How do you
that's the
pronounce
word.
that?
Ungulates or whatever.
Ungulate. Hold on, I gotta pronounce. Ungulate pronunciation. Ungulate.
There you go.
Ungulate.
That will be the word of the day. Ungulate.
All right, we'll do that next week.
All right.
Ungulate.
Look at that.
How about that? See, we're making progress. Ungulate. Hold on. What's the definition?
Members of the device.
A hooved, typically herbivore. What the fuck? That is a crazy definition.
Ungulates are members of the diverse clade Ungulata, which primarily consist of large mammals with hooves. These include odd-toed ungulates such as horses, rhinoceroses, and tapirs, and even-toed ungulates such as cattle, pigs, giraffes, camels, sheep, deer, and hippopotamuses, which means
Bruh, we can get a rhino, a horse, and a pig in TFH,
and a hippo. Let's go.
and a hippo. We're getting a bull. Arizona's dad, his name is Texas.
Yeah, let's go.
That's sick. Man, I want an elephant, dude. Grappler elephant? Holy shit,
I
that'd
mean,
be
to
sick.
be fair, we're getting a grappler bull, so
Yeah, that's true. But with the elephant, you take his
a zoner elephant.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good too. Man, I want it to be big as hell, like hella big on the screen. Unless they'll do like a baby elephant. I don't want that. I didn't know that. It's good to know. Yeah, I'll put this in word of the day.
There we go. There's the word.
And we'll talk about 3-4 formations and football, how the defensive end has to be on smacking.
Yo, actually, we need to do that. We need to do like a play of the month, week. This is the play of the week. Like,
I'll do like a sports. I'll come up with a title. It won't just be football. Like a sports reference.
related.
Yeah. I'll have to think about something.
That'd actually be kind of cool. I'd love to learn more about sports. So like, just having a section that explains what sports are.
Yeah,
really
I'll ask you like, hey, like, do you know what a zone offense is? And he'll be like, no. I was like, let me explain for you. That'd be yeah. I mean, Pringle, I think, should learn a little bit about sports as well.
There you go.
I think that'd be good. That'd be good for him.
Plus, sports are technically considered games, so
that's true. Or games considered sports.
We would technically still be in considerable knowledge of. Oh, did you hear about the 2 cheating allegations in sports? I'm pretty sure you heard about one of them, which was the chess one. But did you hear about the new one, which is the fishing one?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, that was insane.
People.
Just gotta cheat in sports. Why do you gotta cheat in sports? Just play the game.
I don't know. Well, they're trying to win money, I guess.
Where's your sportsmanship pride, Like, I know
no sportsmanship.
I know money's on the line, but play the sport, Where's the love of the sport?
No, I mean, when money shows up,
You're
it
right.
ain't there.
You're right.
Coffee and combos. Let me see what's going on there. So they got 7 people, but Zio is one of them, so they really got 6 people.
Damn,
and then we have 4. Well, he can't play on either side because he lives in freaking Taiwan. We have 4 people who have said yes, but I'm pretty sure.
Do you need few people? Because I know.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the people that that were initially on the list will show up. It's just that they haven't responded yet. They still got a day. If by Friday night they don't get back to me, I'll have to make some moves because I got people on Steam that would play. Some of them are a little too good, and I don't really want them to play because they'll just wreck shop. And I want it to be competitive. So
that's fair.
Yeah,
that is fair. I was gonna say these guys that I was gonna choose they're pretty goated with the sauce.
Yeah, I want people to have fun. I don't want people, just being like, well, this sucks. I'm just getting bodied.
Oh no, I got hit twice. Dead.
Yeah.
Speaking of fighting games, did you hear about the new the Among Us fighting game?
I saw something. I saw a clip on Twitter. Yeah.
It's free to play. It's got rollback, and the colors actually have certain character moves. So like, yellow has Chesto from Akatsuki.
Nice.
The black one has Electric Wind Godfist.
That's sick.
So he can do Electric Wind Godfist all over you. Like certain colors have certain character archetypes, and they're like, bro, black is just busted because you can just Electric Wind Godfist all day on your opponent.
Doesn't Pikachu from?
Yes, Pikachu does have Electric Wind Godfist.
Yeah. What's that game called? I already forgot. Pokken.
Yeah, Pokken. Actually, Pokken's pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard he had his electrics.
By the way, the funny thing is that whenever Black does electrics, he has wires in his hands.
That's funny. It's pretty good.
I actually need to download that game because apparently it's insanely good.
I saw it on Twitter, but I didn't look too deep into it. By the way, that worked. I don't know if it's because both of us had echo cancellation off, but yeah,
Turning
that
it
took
on
away the
worked.
echo. Yeah.
Oh well.
So that's maybe it's just because you swapped mics, so it redid your settings in Discord. Could that be a problem?
No, not really.
Hmm.
Oh well.
Oh
Oh well.
well.
Oh well.
You think you'll get Saturday off? I mean, it's not a big deal if you
No.
do end up working. I can get somebody else to get
I will
to
not
do
get
commentary.
Saturday off, but let me look at my schedule real quick. I can always talk to my boss tomorrow when I work. But
Mm.
hopefully I get nights off. That's all I want is nights off because that way I'll at least make money, but I also be able to come in on time to do the stream.
Yeah, I mean, in worst case scenario, if you can or if you're tired or whatever, I can get somebody to. I mean, I could probably do it. I just kind of wanted to focus on the
Yeah, I know.
getting everybody ready and all that stuff and communicating with both teams.
It doesn't seem like anybody's picked it up yet. Nope. No one's picked
That's
it up
fucked
yet.
up that they
They gave
scheduled
me
you after you.
trouble.
Yeah,
Oh well.
that's bullshit.
It really is,
Oh,
honestly. I kind of hate the fact that they did that. I'm gonna talk to my boss
dang.
tomorrow. See what's
Tell
up.
her.
Be like,
Is it a
hey,
her?
yeah, it is a her. She's the one who's scheduled it. I don't know why. She wrote it down on a piece of paper, and she's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And then
And then she's like, "Here's a double." Bullshit. Like, what is that?
what happened to
What happened to I'll take care of it?
Yeah,
You didn't
okay,
take care of it.
you didn't. In fact, you made it worse.
Right. Yeah. You actually did the opposite of what I wanted.
Because I had a
Shit.
feeling she was gonna just give me night shift, which is like, okay, I want day shift instead of night shift. No, she didn't just screw me
She
over
give you
that
both.
way. She gave me both. So
Crazy.
Oh well.
Oh, yeah. Man, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Neither do I. Neither do I.
I wish I could go part time.
I'm part time, but I hate it because it's like I want full time hours, and I also want to be paid normally.
Right.
I saw when I released the 5:30 to like whatever 11 12 o'clock schedule, said you're missing out on a $14.17 shift, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
All right.
Servers get paid shit money.
Yep. It's all tips. Tipsies.
Yep. And what sucks is that there's a lot of days where we don't get any customers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's a very volatile industry.
That's why I kind of want to, get a new job. One, also because I don't want to get like screwed over at the end of the day by IRS. I know the IRS are going to be hounding me like goddamn crazy. Like, where's our share of the money?
I think you only have to claim it if you make more than what is it like? Is it more? I think it's more like the 2,000 or 3,000, and you have to claim it. But otherwise, I don't think you do.
Make $3,000 a month.
No, in tips.
Oh, in
a
tips
year.
Total.
Yeah.
Oh, in total. Oh.
So if you go over like 3,000 in tips, which is like cash or whatever,
then you can claim it.
I don't think you'll have to look at like the tax code for your tax bracket. But I think I've never gotten tips because I've never worked in a job that had tips. But I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Like you don't have to claim tips up to a certain point. So like a lot of people that work part-time jobs, like that are people that do like valet or whatever, they get tips and they don't have to claim up to a certain amount. Something to look at.
Hopefully, I don't have to claim it because what I'm planning on doing is once I get out, once I go back to school, if I have to get another job, I'm probably not going to go back into this.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't go. By the way, what's with freaking Pringle just constantly going after your job? He hates your job.
He's right, honestly. It's a pretty shitty job. Like, yeah. I like it because I get to talk to people and I'm very social. but like he's got the right of it. Like it, you don't really want this job because like
Yeah.
you don't have a set schedule, so all your motivation to do anything is down the drain. That's why I don't stream because like my motivation for streaming is dead because either my weekends are always fucked,
Mhm.
and then my weekdays are either I'm working the day shift or I'm working the night shift. So then there goes my consistency when it comes to streaming because now it's going to be either oh he's streaming on the day or he's streaming at night.
Are you better suited for um like what are your normal like hours? Do you normally like to like stay
I like
awake late or wake up early?
I kind of like to stay up late because of like the fact that I just got used to staying up late, but
Hmm.
honestly, I'd rather be wake up early, go to work, get off work at night, and then do everything at night. You know, like normal people do. Because one of the reasons why I don't like the way I am right now is because I get hungry at night, but I get hungry at like
Mm,
when everything closes. So then
yeah.
there's nothing open. So now what do I do?
So
Scavenge
what
for
what do you think
scavenge
your
for
plan is?
gasoline.
You're just waiting for school to start?
Yeah, basically, I'm waiting for school to start, and then I'm going to go to school
When does school start?
very soon. Actually, this next week, I'm going to on Wednesday. I'm going to. Can you remind me this about that? I'm going to go next door to go to MCC, and I'm just going to go and ask, "Hey, can I get set up for school?"
Okay, cool. And then, but you're not gonna be able to work that job if you start going to school, right?
I'll probably only
Yeah.
be able to work on a Sunday,
Mm.
which is great for me because that means I will also explain that, hey, I might not work that Sunday. Like,
Yeah.
I go to school, just I'll say I'm on call because the simple fact that like there'll be days where like when I was in school, there were days where I was like, I can't do anything other than school because I have a test and I have to study for that
Yep.
test, or I have this project that I got to do, and it's you got to do this project. You got to figure out how
Are,
this code
are you
works.
gonna take online classes, or are you taking and
I would rather take both because online classes are great solely for like history and math, but is not great for like learning history and math. So I want to take offline math, but online like history.
mm,
I already
yeah,
did my elective, which was art, so there's that done.
like art appreciation?
Yeah, I did art appreciation already.
Dude, I had the cutest girl in my art appreciation class in college. Man, she was so cute.
I had a girl like that too, but she was married and I didn't know. She was also Russian too.
Ah,
She was also Russian
shit.
too. She had a Russian voice and everything. I was like, ah,
Rip,
yes. Oh
rip.
well. There's also this cute girl I had in criminal justice, which was another like thing I had. Found out she was a lesbian, and
Ah, dude.
dude,
Fuck. I had there's a girl in my I forgot what it was, like interpersonal communication or whatever it was.
uh-huh.
Um, and dude, yeah, I was gonna ask her out, and then I found out that she's a lesbian. Her name was Joanne, and she had short hair.
Hmm.
Probably got a couple of telltale signs, but like still, like she was so cute. And I was like, man, I'm gonna ask her out. And then I saw her with her girlfriend, and I was like, oh fuck. And her girlfriend was like, huh, oh shit, I forgot that we're live.
I don't care. I don't care.
Probably
Trust
shouldn't,
me. My
I
stream
shouldn't say
does
that.
not. My stream viewers do not care. In fact, let me
Let's
see
just
how many stream
say,
viewers are. There is one stream viewer. It is me. I am the stream
let's
viewer.
let's just say, if she was the girl in the relationship,
Hmm.
there was no doubt. There was no doubt who was
She's
the
the.
man,
Oh.
because her girlfriend was shit.
Butch?
She might have had a thicker beard than I did.
Holy crap! She was Butch.
She was very like masculine, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn, if you're gonna date a girl that's really masculine, why should you date a guy? I don't know.
Some people don't like masculinity or something like that. I don't know. I've, I've,
Ah,
I've
yeah,
seen I've seen the argument for both sides.
yeah. I don't know. I don't make the rules.
None of us do.
None of us do.
That's why I'm still single.
We're just plebs wandering the earth.
There's plenty of fish in
Wander.
the sea, and none of them want me.
All right. You know,
I'm
a
pretty
lot
sure
of
there's a
these.
girl that's out there that wants me, but they just don't want to admit it.
Yeah. There's also a lot of what do you call fish that's like not of good quality?
Oh.
Chump?
Yeah, chunk.
Chum.
Chum.
Yeah.
Chum.
There's a lot of chum in the sea too, and
Oh
I don't want a lot of it.
Gee, I was watching this comedy special on YouTube Shorts for some reason because it was just active, and this girl was complaining about how on the second date, her boyfriend got her, or her date, not her boyfriend, her date got her a Build-A-Bear, and she was complaining about that, and the comedian's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry that your potential boyfriend did something fucking cute for you, and you're complaining about it." Like, how are you going to complain about something like that? That's cute as shit. If I was
Took a
dating,
girl.
if I was dating somebody and on the second date they got me a Build-A-Bear, I'd be fucking ecstatic.
That's kind of a simp move, though, ain't it? I'm just saying.
Not really.
Second date. Second date.
I mean, hey, if you think that she's the one, do it. I don't know. Do something special. Be nice, kind.
Yeah, maybe. Perhaps.
By the way, I've been watching the stream called I've been watching the stream for what's that game called? It's called Omega Strikers, just so I can get items. This dude, every now and then when I look at the stream, he is not playing Omega Strikers. He's just playing some random fucking game, waiting for Q.
Damn.
This is what happens when you get so high up in rank. It just takes forever for you to get a Q. And so you're just like, what can I play while I'm waiting on Q?
Yeah. Play while you play.
Dude, I saw this League of Legends player playing Dragon Ball Fighters in ranked, waiting for Q in League of Legends. I was like, bro, it takes you 3 minutes to finish a fight in fucking Dragon Ball
Yeah, no
Fighters.
shit. It takes you 6 months. God damn.
And my man's out here playing Dragon Ball Fighters ranked, waiting for Q. That means it's ridiculously long.
Yeah.
I mean, I might do that for waiting on Overwatch, because, God, have you seen how long it takes to get into Overwatch?
Yeah, I saw people on Twitter were like, saying, hey, this would be great if I could play.
Also, the new healer is kind of nice, but also kind of, like, not good. The new healer is not good at healing, but is good at, like, diving. So her heals are not really strong. They're very weak. So it takes you a while to heal everybody. So, like, if your tank just got fucking nuked, it's going to be a long while before you can heal them up back. But she's good at diving, and she's good at, like, getting you guys to move. Because, like, her ultimate is basically she shoots out a fucking line, and anyone in that line, your reloads, your movement, everything is faster. So, like, you can use that to, like, get into an objective. So, like, if you have an objective that's in front of you that you know you need to get to, you can just send out that wave, and then while the ultimate is active, everyone on your team is going fast and going ham, which basically allows you to push to the objective.
Is Mercy still the best healer?
Kinda, yeah. Like, if you really don't want to fucking play the game, you can just play Mercy and just heal.
Just heal people? Heroes never die.
You gotta move while you do that, though. You gotta move while you do that. You're fucking, like, sitting.
I used to watch people, like, have the voice lines on cue, like they're ready to, like, hit.
Can't do it.
And then they'll have, like, it's high noon or whatever, and people would be like, what the fuck? And like, we just started the game.
I love the fact that, so there's a voice line from the now tank who used to be DPS, which was what's his name, Doomfist. So any Doomfist main will literally spam, and they say, and they
People are
say,
trolls.
and they say, and they say.
That's funny. All right, man. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Hella early.
Stop the